All right, so I'm going to walk you through on how to solve a problem like this. 7 times the square root of 80x minus 2 to the square root of 125x. But I'm going to use it with exponents to actually show you kind of how things actually are working within this problem. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually break these down into its prime factors to make my life a little easier on this problem. So we're going to do a factor tree. So I'm going to do 80, and 82 goes into 80 40 times. I'm going to keep going until I get all of the prime factors. All right, so I can rewrite this first term as 7 times the square root of 2 to the 4th power, because 1, 2, 3, 4, times 5 to the 1st power, times x, minus, and we're going to do 125. 5, 25, 5, and 5. So this becomes minus 2 times the square root of 5 cubed, because there's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, x. Now it kind of seems a weird way of doing this, but I'm showing you kind of how to think of this in terms of exponents instead of just as far as square roots. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rewrite the square root to a 1/2 power, because I'm going to treat all of this as just as simply to the power of 1. So I'm going to have 7 times 2 to the 4th times 5 times x to the 1/2 power minus 2 times 5 cubed x to the 1/2 power. Now we have that rule that states that this exponent is going to go to everything here, and I'm going to have a power to a power right there. So I'm going to have 7 times, well this becomes 2 to the 4th power, well 2 to the 4 times 1/2, 5 to the 1/2, and my x to the 1/2, minus, well I do the same thing here, 2 to the 5 to the 3 times 1/2, and x to the 1/2. Okay, so far so good. Well, now we can really clean this up. So I have 7, 4 times 1/2 is 2, so this is 2 squared. 5 to the 1/2 stays, it doesn't reduce, it doesn't simplify. So that's 5 to the 1/2, and x to the 1/2. Minus, I have my 2, well 5 times 3/2, well that's a 5 and a half of 5. So it's 5 and 3/2, so it's going to be 5, and then a half of 5, times my x to the 1/2. I'm running out of room here. I got to slide over. So from here, all we have to do is rewrite it. We're actually done. We have 7 times 4 times, I'm going to do this, 5x to the 1/2 power minus 2 times 5 times 5x to the 1/2 power. 7 times 4 is 28. This becomes the square root of 5x minus 2 times 5 is 10, the square root of 5x. Hey, these are the same. I can now combine like terms because these are alike. And this gives me 18 to the square root of 5 over x. Now you can just do this by breaking your square root down and not doing it with exponents. It's just a good little way to practice exponents and different exponent rules instead of just treating it as a radical or a root or a square root in this case. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzard, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.